Hey guys, Adam Perry here, and I am going to go over tonight's NHL DFS slate. We got a 2-game slate. It is, bound to be one of our last 2-game slates. Dallas is up 1-0, so that series could tighten up. Toronto's up 2-0. If that series goes quick, we're going to be down to 3 teams. We've got a 1-1 series in the Washington, Carolina, another 2-0 in Vegas, Edmonton. So hopefully all these series go to 7 games so we could keep getting these 2-game slates and have a little bit more to build for and do. But regardless, there's still money to be made. The flagship's got 5K up top. It's small, but we could still build for it, and we could still hone in on our process. And hey, it's preparing us for the other sports. It's preparing us for next year. So I see no reason not to keep playing and keep going through it. So we've got in the first game a really high total for Florida compared to the rest of the slate. And then Toronto is down at a 2-4 despite being 2-0 here. And then you got Dallas and Winnipeg with higher totals later in the night. I'm just going to venture a guess that we don't get to Florida. We tend to not get to the highest projected teams in Saber Sim, looking for leverage in those contest sims. But we will take a look and see. I'm just going to take salary off. I'm not going to demand any kinds of stacks. We usually use, Goldies, let's use Sheets as projections. We'll put in Sheets as ownership, and we'll build and run the sims and see who we get to. And we'll see on Saber Score what we get to as well. So what's that doing? That's a kind of a formula that's back tested that looks at projected fantasy points, that looks at ownership, that looks at the 95th percentile outcome, and kind of calculates that all together to get the Saber Score metric for the best lineups. Now, the contest sims are doing something different, right? The contest sims are saying, well, hey, if everyone played these lineups, we know what they're playing in the contest, then our lineups would perform, XYZ against them. And here's what the ROI would be if the field were to be as we expected it to be. So let's sort. We'll sort by ROI first. I think there's 44 in the flagship. Remember, if you like what you see here with this, like and subscribe. Don't forget to do that. And check out TrueDFS.com because you can get access to this, and you can get access to the pay dirt model for prop betting that we've been doing really well with. And you can get access to Goldies projections, Sheets projections, the premium Discord, all of that for like $20-$30 more than you pay just doing it on its own. So the price is right and it makes total sense. So don't forget to do that. Let's take a look now based on ROI, what our top players and stacks would be. Then we'll look at Saber Score. Saber Score is going to be a lot more partial to the highest projected. Look at all the Joseph Wall. You talk about leverage, right? Team with the lowest. What's Toronto's money line? They got to be lowest. Yeah, plus 207, right? So by far the least chance to win. But if they do, that Joseph Wall in net makes a lot of sense. So just without making any changes, tons of him, tons of Austin Matthews. Hey, they're up 2-0. They must be doing something right. The kind of stacks, we still get a lot of onslaughts as our highest exposed stacks. SaberSim is partial to those. We have different opinions on that, but SaberSim has always given us those kind of onslaught 6-man and 5-mans. And I'm going to guess it's mostly Toronto, a little bit of Dallas, some Winnipeg, the 4-man's Toronto. Now, Saber Score, we might get some Florida, some Winnipeg, stuff like that. Let's see. Small slate, 1,000 to 10,000 entries. Now we got more 4-mans, but still a lot of onslaughts. Who is it? Yep, it's that Winnipeg. You can kind of get a feeling for what it's going to do. It does lead me to believe Florida's going to be a little bit a little bit less owned on this slate, right? So we're thinking about if we want some exposure there. Let's sort it back by ROI. Let's decide what we're going to do here. There's different ways we can handle this. Is there someone who is, there's probably someone in Sheets' projections that's not in SaberSim yet. Things will tighten up as we get closer. So there's two ways we can handle this. One, we could just ask it for a lot of uniques and get these exposures down. The other way is like just saying, hey, let's make this. Whoop. Still going? Unable to access camera. Okay, we're back. So we can make this like, 50% Toronto and see what happens. You still get none of the Florida. I'm guessing that Florida's just like really expensive, but maybe we want to say, look, they're the highest projected team total at least. Let's get in some of that. Now we've got Winnipeg, Toronto, some Dallas, some Florida. Our onslaughts are a little bit more even. None of our main stacks are Florida though. So let's say, let's give it a little bit of Florida love. Now the pricing may be the reason in addition to the ownership, but I just got a feeling they're going to be really low owned. They're not going to be really low owned. They're the highest projected team, but they're going to be low owned relative to their chances. So let's demand a little bit of that. Now we got some nice diversity in, but still the Toronto. Let's see Joseph Woll, 75%. I mean, that's a little healthier. You might want to ask for less. But let's say we're ready to go. Should we play? Here's someone. Sheets doesn't have. He's got a projection on Morrissey. Might be out. Is more boy, I haven't been following news that closely. This might be something that's been like happening for games I didn't realize, but let's see if the NHL game day news, because that's big news. See, I am not you can see I'm a DFS guy and not an avid follower. Here we go. Probably. Scott Arneal. Sure looks like he's into me. So we'll get these tightened up as the day goes on. But for now, we'll just leave things as they are. So, I'd be inclined to go kind of play these. Let's see how far down in my pool I have to go. 568, not bad. I got a nice diverse range with Toronto as the most. So we got a lot of leverage in the Torontos, but then a lot of other stacks. Let's build for FanDuel. Let's take that off. We're going to get rid of some of these. Like, we should have done this on DraftKings too. I mean, some of these, there's just no point, and we still want correlation, even if we're willing to take three mans. Let's change them over to Goldie's projections for FanDuel. Sheets isn't playing FanDuel today. We can tell. We'll see if we get a lot of the Toronto again. I'm not going to take 50% Toronto on both sites. I want a little bit more diversity. So let's see what comes up here. After this, we'll check out some top bets in the pay dirt model. Let's get it queued up while it's building. Shots on goal, Scheifele. Best bets on under. Nikolai Ehlers. Yeah, we hit that the other day on the under 2.5. It's at plus 110. The VIG is a little, not quite as good as it was last time, but still a lot of value there. All right, let's get these built. Got Sims going. What's your highest ROI? Okay. Yeah, I mean, look at all this Toronto. 95%. No thanks. How about 35%? Then we get a lot of Dallas. I like that. Winnipeg at 65%. Yeah. Let's make it just a tad lower because they were second highest there. Now we have our FanDuel and our DraftKings kind of complementing each other a bit more. Wall's still our highest owned goalie. Only 50%. I don't know. Like, do I really want that much, though, given how much we had on DraftKings? Now we got Ottinger as the highest. I like that. See how far down we're going in our pool. 245. Pretty good. So there we built for DraftKings. We built for FanDuel. We got the Nikolai Ehlers bet in. Let's see if there's like a long shot assist bet. Probably don't want to take someone on Dallas or Winnipeg just because of the kind of hidden correlation. Yeah, Sagan showed up last time too. Let's see, is this Sagan with the top? Yeah, Duchesne, Sagan. I mean, you could bet two in the same game, Ben. I'd rather do with the Forsling. Plus 275 to notch an assist. I don't know. I mean, there's like all these hidden correlations if you bet things in the same game, but you could do it. You could build the Sagan assist. So think about that. But all right, so check it out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out TrueDFS.com. You can get access to SaberSim that we just used. The pay dirt model for betting. We've had like a 5% ROI on prop bets the whole year, which we're pretty happy about. You get access to Goldie's projections, Sheets' projections, the premium Discord. There's a lot to like. So don't forget to check those out. And don't forget, good luck on tonight's slate. Most importantly, take something down.